All right, and hello and welcome to a new series that I'm going to be recording. My name is Broke Boy ZB, or you can call me just Big Daddy if you want. Today we're going to be starting our road to 1500. 1500 is a rating that I would love to get to, and I think documenting my games and talking through my moves is one of the best ways to accomplish that. So for this series, we're going to be playing rapid 10 minutes, and my current rating is 1293. So we got a little bit of ways to go and some things to learn. So I think we could just go ahead and get started into the game. Our opponent is from Brazil here, so good luck to him. Now, one opening that I quite enjoy is Caro-Kann, and fighting for the center is something that I think is always good. I think the setup is always good for the Caro-Kann. Now, he plays pawn there, so if I take, he takes back, I just take his queen, and I think he has to give up castling, so I actually think that's not a great start for our opponent. So we'll take and go ahead and take the queen with check, and he has to recapture with the knight. So now I think just getting my pieces active would be the best route, so I'm looking at maybe pinning or just getting the knight out, attacking the pawn right away. Let's actually just do that, and then maybe we'll follow with this bishop. So he defends it. Now maybe I'm thinking getting our bishop out first and then playing a move like e6 would be the best route. Let's see, knight I don't love. If he pushes his pawn, then I can maybe just trade. Now I'd like to castle quickly just because I think we have a little bit of a lead in development, or will have a lead just because his king isn't able to castle. So if we could attack that king, I think that would be useful. So let's pin the knight. This knight is now rendered useless because of this beautiful bishop. I'm expecting this, but maybe that is not great because maybe I will just drop back if he pushes g4. Okay, so he just blocks. So I'm thinking knight out looks good, or push pawn. Let's see. I don't actually want him to do this because that's annoying. His knight can't jump. Let's see. Now the Caro-Kann, it is common to put your pawn on e6. So maybe let's just follow that theme and play this. Open up the scope for my bishop. So he gets his knight out, or his, what's that called? Don't even know. Okay, now the question is do we want to get the bishop or the knight out first? I kind of want to castle long just because this king is kind of stuck in this spot, but I don't know if that's actually quite useful. Let's play knight here. I actually like this move just to prepare castling, but he does have this check, which might be annoying. So he plays a3, interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and castle, and he doesn't have a check. I don't know what I'm saying there on this diag. So let's see. This pawn is pretty weak. Also, I'm looking to jump maybe this horse and just kind of trade off some material, open up this check on the king if he doesn't deal with that. So he drops back, so we're just going to trade. I'm happy to trade. Okay, so he's got one defender here. If I take... No, that doesn't work. So this bishop is kind of useless right now. And thinking maybe fianchettoing it, but then this pin kind of becomes annoying. Oh, no, it doesn't, because I can just block. I'm going to fianchetto. Looking to play this. If he pins me, then I'm not worried about that. His king is still in the center, so it's not great. Okay, so knight g3. Where's that looking to go? Here it can't, here it can't. So it looks like maybe he's just trying to defend this pawn as I'm attacking it once. So I'm just going to go ahead and fianchetto. This is a nice scope for my bishop, so I'm looking to use that in the long run. His king comes up, which is interesting. Don't actually love that. I'd love to open this rook here, but I don't know if I'm in a hurry to do that. I'm considering a move like knight here to attack his bishop as well as open up the scope here. But then that gives him some option to get his rook in and attack my king on that nice long diagonal. If I push the pawn, I don't love that. I actually like this idea. Because his knight, not sure where it's going to go. But I'm not really attacking anything, to be honest. What about here? Then he just takes. I don't know if I love that, to be honest. I'm just going to play this, honestly. It's probably not a good move just because it doesn't really accomplish anything, because he can just, I mean, come here. Or, I mean, he's got plenty of squares. Not, oh, he can take. Uh-oh, that's not good. But I think that traps his bishop. Yeah. So if he doesn't move, I'm just going to take his bishop, I think, and just double these pawns. But that does give him some opportunity to get his rooks in the game, which probably isn't a good thing, but sometimes you just got to get sendy. Also, knight jumping here is interesting just to get these rooks active. I could kind of maybe double up on the d file, attack this horse. But we'll see what he does. I'm expecting... Okay, interesting. So he jumps in, looking maybe to check. And he's also guarding this. But I'm honestly not really afraid of that. Before I take this, can I go here, forcing a trade? But why would I want to do that? And it also opens up the rook, which could be useful. He's not really threatening anything. Is he threatening this? But then I just move and I feel like I'm chilling, no? Okay, I'm going to do this. I like opening my rook here. And I think asking him what he's going to do with this knight. If he takes, I'll just take back with the bishop to keep this attack on the bishop. And I also like having this open. So he takes, so I'm going to take back with the bishop and keep this thing under attack. This pawn's a little weak, but I'm sure I'll be able to defend it with my rook. So I think I'm chilling. So he plays pawn, defends. I think I just like taking. Do I want to simplify or do I want to keep the pressure? I think I can just keep the tension with a move like rook to d7 with ideas of d8. I think controlling this file in the long run would be great. Okay, I'll happily trade there. And go ahead and maybe pre-move this. I think he's going to take with a pawn. But maybe king takes is a little better. Definitely not. I could take his knight, but that knight is really useless in that corner. So I think ideas of getting my rook onto d7 or d2 would be a good idea, just to attack these pawns and be kind of a nuisance. This is always under attack, so this rook is a little pinned down to this pawn. But he can also push it. Now I got ideas of check, but I don't know if that accomplishes much. I'd like to maybe get rid of this pawn with a move like this, just to kind of open the center, because this king is so vulnerable in the square that maybe opening it would be a good idea. Now I have 5 minutes, I have 6 minutes, so I should be okay. I'm actually really looking at this move right now. I think that's kind of sexy. So we'll consider it if he... So he plays that. That's actually just a blunder because I can take his knight. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm expecting a resignation, but we'll see. Yeah, he resigns. Okay, sweet. Good game. So does that get us past 1300? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, we're 1302, so sweet. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be posting twice a day, so if you guys want to join me on this journey of 1500, that would be great. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Peace.